Hello, beautiful sunny day here. I've been getting some questions about online physiotherapy and how it can help. And I'm going to be upfront, it is not the same as coming into clinic, but there are many ways in which it's pretty good and in some ways in which it's even better. So let's talk you through some of those. So what can we do with online physio? Well, the first thing we can do is assessment. Now, anybody who's been to see me in clinic knows that I use my hands an awful lot for assessment. But I've been working with England rugby physio Dave O'Sullivan, and he's been showing me how to use movement patterning and watch you move so that I can work out from there, rather than feeling with my hands, how your body reacts to certain things. And that gives me clues, along with discussing your history and how you did the injury and all the rest of it, and you know what else has gone on with your body. With trauma and in past things going on. So there's lots of things that we can do to try and work out what's going on with you. So assessment is different, but it's still possible. The next thing is referrals. I've been in touch with loads of my orthopaedic surgeons, my pain consultants, rheumatology, rehab consultants. A lot of them are still working online, mostly. Imaging centres are still open, so if you need an MRI, we can still get that sorted out. My colleagues who work in yoga, in Pilates, in various forms of exercise, they're still working online. But the other thing is that emergency surgery, so I did a CPD session with Ian McDermott, who's a fabulous knee surgeon, did a CPD session with him this week. And he was saying that, for certain conditions where there's, a real emergency and it's life or limb threatening, emergency surgery can still be done. So come and talk to me if you had a nasty injury, and we can see whether, an onward referral might be appropriate. But on the flip side of that is reassurance. I have a lot of patients who come and see me because they're really worried about things that are going on for them, and they think that there might be something terrible going on. We know that if you don't know everything, if you don't have 20 years of history as a physio, for example, and you have some symptoms that don't seem to make sense, you start Googling them. We know that if you Google something for long enough, you will come out absolutely convinced that you've got a rare disease or cancer or something like that. So one of the biggest things that I can do, with the advantage of having been a physio for 20 years, is to give you reassurance, to talk you through the pain that you're experiencing or the problems you're experiencing, and work out whether those problems are logical, whether there's a biomechanical or normal, non-sinister cause for them. So I think reassurance is one of the biggest things that I can give. In terms of hands-on treatment, well, there is a certain amount that I can do. Obviously, I can't reach through the computer and touch you, but I can teach you how to manipulate and mobilise and massage your own body, if that's needed. Or similarly, if you've got a willing member of your household, one of the things I've been doing this week is to teach through the computer other household members how to treat my patients, which has been, kind of fun. In terms of exercise, well, that's not too different to usual. I can watch you move exactly as I normally do. I can give you cues and tips on how to move better. I can talk you through when and how to progress and regress your exercises. That's no real difference to normal. So that if you need to modify or change your exercises, give me a call. I can certainly help. And then there's one more thing which actually is turning out to be a bit of an advantage, which is people who can't normally see me because they live too far away can now make contact, and we can now try and work out what's going on. So that's kind of cool. But the other thing is that I can sometimes do joint consults much more easily than I usually can. So for example, this week I'm doing a joint consult with one of my patients, with Diane Lee, who's one of my main mentors in Canada. And so that is something that we'd not normally be able to do. And I've also done joint consults with some of my doctors, with pain specialist Ben Huntley, with sports medicine specialist Cal Palmer. I've been doing joint consults, and it's been much easier than it normally would be, because there's no geography involved. So nobody has to visit anybody and take time out and all the rest of it. So if I can help you with any of those things, give me a shout, but that is how I'm doing online physio.